contouring first, but what I want to do is go ahead and spot conceal any areas in the contour that are, you know, really red and just the contour is not going to be able to cover it up. So I just take my finger into my highlight color and just bounce that on. And like I said, I am only doing this in the areas that will be in the contour that I have a couple breakouts that I'm like, I don't want to have them peeking through. Got a really intense one over here. And then right about here. And so since this brush doesn't have a small end like the Detail Hack does to conceal, using your finger is perfect. Just make sure you have clean hands. Now we are ready to contour. I like to take the bigger side of the 30-second hack brush to do this. And we're just going to dip that into the contour color. And the contour is going to be a drier formula. So it's not going to apply as creamy as the highlight would, which is really good because you're not going to be left with like a brown streak across your face. So it really makes it easy to control. Now what you want to do is see where your ear connects right here, and you just kind of follow that downwards. So I like to kind of tap the brush at first and blend this color on. And the cool thing with it being cream, you can start off with a lighter amount like this on a day if it's just kind of like a daily makeup, something more natural, and already you can see the difference. And we'll go in and do that other side. And I do kind of pinch the brush a little bit when applying it. And like I said, feel free to layer up if you want it a little bit more intense. You also want to blend it along your hairline. This is going to even everything out so that you're not left with just color on your cheeks. Also want to blend it along your jaw and your chin. And you can also use this on either side of your nose. So with this step, you want to make sure you're pinching the brush as well. So now that we're looking nice and crazy, we can go in with our highlight color. We are going to switch the brush over to the tapered side. So when you're applying the highlight onto your brush, I just kind of roll it in to the highlight. That's going to give you a generous amount. So I just am going to kind of get it on, and you can use it to clean up that contour, because I have a tendency to blend mine too a little bit too low, and when you're doing contouring, if anything, you want it to be high so that it's lifting the face and not pulling it down. I always recommend this 30-second hack brush if you're more someone that has clear skin, because like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't really have that great concealing end, and you know, I feel like if you need that coverage to really cover up the breakouts, you're gonna love the Detail Hack brush. So I am just literally filling in the blank areas where we did not apply any contour. And a little bit goes a long way, so make sure that you are really blending out that highlight color. And the coverage is just incredible on this highlight. You can tell how quickly it has brightened everything up. Clean up that contour that we did, and then also down the center of the nose, and then we can go back in and blend. So with this brush, typically you want to use like stippling motions when applying, but this one I feel like it works the best if you use more of like a sweeping motion. So we're going to use that same, that rounded edge of the brush. You can see how pigmented these colors are, so you don't need a lot of blush, especially if they're a little bit more on the creamier side. So if you smile, you can see the apples of your cheeks, and you just want to dab it on. And I picked a little bit more of a brighter one because I want you to be able to really see what I am doing. You can kind of do some blending motions as well, but I, for the most part, just like to stipple on the blush. You can see it needs some cleaning up, so I'm going to go in with the highlight end and just make sure that that under eye stays nice and bright. All right, and now I'm going to be using the Stay Spray. This is very important because it locks it all in. Whether you have dry or combination or oily skin, it's going to depend whether or not you set your entire face with powder. I personally have combination skin, so I will be going over how I set my makeup. And I always kind of fan it off, and then we will be ready to set with powder. If you have more dry skin, you literally just need to bounce a light amount of the vanilla dust on. If you happen to have combination to oily skin, you're going to want to set the T-zone or the centers of your face with a heavier amount of the powder. I usually like to kind of do like a baking. You can use our Perfector sponge to do that. That is my favorite, but you can definitely get by with just using the brush as well if you're just starting out. And the last step is to apply the lip and cheek color on your lips. So that's the great thing about everything being cream, is that your blush is also your lip color. You can use your finger to apply these lip and cheek colors, or you can use the multitasker brush. Today's color that we're using is called Ruby, and it's a little bit on the brighter side, so I'm going to be using the multitasker brush just so I can make sure I get it nice and clean. I love this color because it has a little bit of a gloss or a shine to it, so it's very comfortable to wear. To have the finished look, you can totally see how fast and easy this is. You can keep it nice and simple like this when you're just beginning, and then you can go ahead and add in a little bit, you know, more fun steps as you get used to the product. Feel free to watch my other videos because I also have a video of in-depth highlight and contour with mascara, and it definitely gives you some more ideas of what you can do with the makeup because it is seriously amazing stuff and the possibilities are endless with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye, beauties.